if you want.
That's fine. Do you want to say your name before you start?
Louise Atkins.
Okay. Ready when you are.
Okay. So the research that we'll be looking into is music, obviously, and if it affects our human emotion and our memory, I would think that everybody in this room is able to more than likely understand that and be able to come to terms with the fact that you have had a point in your life where a song's been played and you've thought, oh, I remember this, I remember doing this, or I remember being there. It's all might be able to evoke a memory. So that's the reason why I wanted to look into it, because I find the brain quite interesting. I've not really researched it before, and this is going to involve quite a bit of cognitive dissection, I think. Basically, this is just a rough overhaul. So when we say emotions, we've got different things there, as well as emotion, like expectation, perception, and memory. On this slide here, it's just questions that I've been thinking about. So how can a piece of music appear to be emotional? Why? Is it with or without lyrics? Why would we respond emotionally to music? What are the mind workings that lead to emotional reaction? And the nature of these emotions explained. So the same questions would more than likely come into place with the memory as well. Fields of study, so far, I've been looking into is the aesthetics of music, which is basically, as it says there, a branch of the philosophy concerned with the study. Key person in this is going to be Peter Kibbe. That's not Peter Kibbe, I guess you all know that's Plato. We've also got cognitive psychology, cognitive musicology, and philosophy of music, which is where Plato comes in. I'll talk a bit more about him in a little while. So the aesthetics of philosophy, we've got Stephen Davis and Gerald Levinson. Davis basically has the notion that music does not feel lonely, but it expresses it. And the other guy, Gerald Levinson, he had slightly the same sort of thoughts. Music has the same relation to thought as language. So that's something to look into a little bit more. Peter Kibbe, he's another key player. Got a little bit of information about him. He argues that music expresses expressive properties as perceived qualities, not the power to arouse emotion. Sorry. So that's another going to go by. And we've also got Jennifer Robinson. She's a teacher, and she also she's wrote quite a few books, and she looks into the theory of emotion quite deeply. She's got a couple of books, Deeper Than Reason, and another one, but I'm mostly down just yet. Okay. There's also these key points here that I've come across, which are more sort of scientific. Apart from the top one, this is more of a machine that's been made. I'm not too sure how it works yet, but it's just sort of a brief of what I've found so far. Brainstem reflex, and so I'm going to be looking into the scientific areas as well, not just the theory. Okay, so my to-do list is going to be, I'm going to try and see if there's a part of the university that actually has a section to do with cognitive studies, so that I might be able to speak with someone there that can assist me a bit further. I'm also looking to do some surveys on the general public, not just music students, to see if playing a certain genre of music or just a specific song, if it evokes any feelings from them, and if they can answer a tick sheet to let me know. And then that way I've got some statistical information as well as just what my thoughts are and what other theorists think. I'm going to be looking into the listener themselves and the different age groups. An infant wouldn't necessarily want to sit there and listen to something that an adult wants to listen to. They wouldn't want to listen to rock or whatever. So I'm going to be looking into the listener as well. And then we've got the location of where you're listening to a piece of music, and to see how that adds into everything else. Also media issues, just seeing some of the media issues that have been about when they've been blaming certain songs These are books of interest I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at Adorno a little bit, and obviously Mr. Kinney as well. That's just, it's not very much. Just a few things where I sort of was looking at research. And,
Okay, thank you. Okay, has anybody got any questions? Okay, I have. Right, okay. What is it exactly? I want you to sum it up in one sentence. What exactly is it that you want to find out?
how and why does music affect your emotions?
Which, how, or why?
Oh.
Okay. You may need to focus that more. Okay, because that seems quite a vast area for me at the moment. Also, you're going to need to strike a balance here between the kind of the neuroscientific element or the psychological element versus the music. I think there's a danger here of you getting pulled too far into the psychology or the science of this and away from the music. I do think that you're referencing some very good people here, though. Certainly Kyvie and certainly Adorno, that's going to frame your argument well. But that's providing a theoretical framework for the music side, but there is less so for the other side. Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah.
Okay. I can put you in touch with our psychology department, if that's any use to you. Right, a few things. How are you going to analyse your data from your questionnaires?
I was going to do the survey, so it was sort of like a tick box, and then maybe an other area.
But what sort of scale are you going to use? Like the Likert scale, so you have strongly agree to strongly disagree, or is it just going to be a basic yes/no formula?
I was thinking of just yes or no, but now I'm heading towards the other might be more beneficial, I think.
Bearing in mind, if you use the Likert scale, you are going to get a more set of differentiated answers, which means that you're going to then have to be very careful about how you analyse your data. If it's a basic yes/no exercise, that's far easier. But it may not give you the results that you're after. Okay, so bear that in mind. Also, your ethical considerations. And then anyone else might need to bear this in mind as well. If you're doing questionnaires, is this going to be anonymous? Because if it's not, then you have to fill out a whole load of like paperwork.
I'm just doing it anonymously.
Okay, so then how are you going to break that down? Are you going to have like age brackets, or are you going to have gender? How are you going to...
I think it would be age brackets.
Okay.
Would be better, but, yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.